It is February 20th, and we are headed into what I like to call the last spit of winter. Now, what I mean by that is we have a storm coming all the way across the United States, and it's going to push its way all the way from the East Coast all the way across the middle states and shove everything out towards the coast. Now, we don't get it too bad here, and we have not had all-night freezes for a while, but the evening temperature is going to get down to 20, 23, which is pretty low. It won't last all night, so I don't have to worry a whole lot. But there are a couple of things I'm going to have to bring in the greenhouse for those last few days of winter, and I'm going to have to make sure that nothing else gets damaged. I've got a lot of things planted. How is your winter going? Have you reached that part of winter where you're just, oh my God, just let it be over. I want spring. Because I know a bunch of people are right there. Don't worry, it's almost over. All right, here's what I have in the greenhouse right now as of February 20th. I have a bunch of hollyhocks, celosia. There's salpiglossis back there doing pretty well. Down here, lavenders, infant lavenders that I planted just a little while ago. Then there are, Shiji greens. These can go outside. The thyme, the kale, the mustard, those can probably go outside. They will survive freezing temperatures quite well. However, I have infant gomphrena, the white gomphrena back there. That's going to stay in here until the temperature warms up a bit. These are our long-term residents. This is this sage and basil. They have to stay here until it is significantly warmer, and they are significantly bigger. Summer savory is doing really well. I need to plant some more because there's still space. There's still space over here, and I gotta fill that up. These never came up. Powwow echinacea never came up. I do have a bunch more seeds of these. I'm gonna find some flats just to sprinkle them all in, so I don't have to keep filling up these tiny little containers. Horehound never came up. I don't know why. Maybe the seed just does not store well. Red poppy, don't know why these haven't come up. My other little pink poppies came up like gangbusters. Japanese maple, apple, cypress. I wasn't expecting much from them. Peppermint. So another one I'm pretty surprised at. Not even one. Not even one. Came up pretty fast last year. Oh, wait. I see one. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Itty bitty. So you get to stay. I'm glad I saw that. You get to stay. I'll leave you right there for now. This side, lots of cutting celery. It's still a little small. Even though it can survive lower temperatures, it's still pretty small. I'm gonna leave it in here. And then flowers, my first cayennes, little mandarin lemon balm, milkweed and butterfly pea plants stay in here. The fuchsias can stay in here. Balloon flowers, marigolds. These are still a little, these are pretty small. I don't necessarily want them outside yet. Alyssum, Spinach, young seedling spinach. If absolutely necessary, I can move these outside, but they're okay. They're teeny tiny. Poblano peppers, of course, stay inside. I'm really trying to get a jump on these because I need them. I rely on poblano peppers so very much for my kitchen. I really need them, and I need them early. A couple of Thai eggplants and a few oregano that I didn't get into. Cups. Here's the black bamboo, and even though this looks pretty bad, look, babies, more babies. It is sprouting up for spring, so some of this dry stuff fall off. I fed it just a little, and I'm keeping it under the light, and this will not go out while it is still freezing. I am gonna have to do a little reorganizing. This whole shelf, I will need this whole shelf if I need to bring babies in. Now, why do I have these two all by them little selves? Because this zinnia isn't looking too good. However, it has it has brand new leaves, but it has black ones. I don't want that inside there where it might actually spread a fungal disease to the others. So it stays out here, and if it survives, it survives. If it doesn't, I'll just reuse the cup for something else. This, it's hanging in there. I just don't see a whole lot of movement from it. It's still possible that it'll survive. I'll just have to wait and see. There you go. Warm enough now that I can open this and give these some air. Most of these are the sensitive flowers. Some of them are, you know, lettuces which are can easily, wow, that Merlot lettuce looks really good. Most of these up here are ones that could survive out here. Here are all the little poppies, the zinnias, all the flowers for the rainbow gardens. Forget-me-nots, chamomile. A lot of this is gonna need to go into the garden. Shishimizai greens, mustards, broccolis. These will probably all just stay in here. Marigolds. These will stay out here. These will stay out here. These shrubs, these euonymus shrubs, will stay out in the freezing weather. I don't know if I'm going to take the cherries inside or not. I will probably leave them out, but the lavender will come inside. The only thing I'm concerned about with the lavender is their roots. These are still young lavender, and I don't want their roots freezing just yet. Lettuces look really good. Of course, the spinach will stay out. This spinach is way big enough to handle itself. Strawberries. It looks like I actually have activity. I see a leaf. See a leaf there. So, some of the strawberries must be alive. Lettuces, these will probably go inside. Oh, there's another cherry. What are you doing there? You're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be with your buddies. So I actually do have 5 cherries. I knew I had more than 4. All right, let's go check out downstairs, huh? Well, this echinacea started to come back, but I don't know. These leaves look a bit miserable, don't they? These are just old stems. Needs a bit of weeding here. Those are alliums that I don't want there. So it's gonna need some weeding. I'm hoping I'm still gonna see more. Yeah, I see a little bit of activity there. And it's possible it got chewed by something coming through. The oregano didn't fare so well. It's tiny, it's getting black. Hopefully the roots will survive the freeze. And of course, I never trimmed back the thyme, did I? Rosemary is happy, although not a single bee to be found. Blackberry, you need a little help, don't you? This, I don't want that there. There we go. And of course there are other little weeds down here. And I'm going to have to trim the roots, but not until later because it's busy. It's busy trying to put out these leaves. This is its second attempt. Something chewed on it a little bit here and there. Some of these branches, some of the internal branches, I will snip. And I see a little bit of what could be dead wood. Good news, I did the fencing. Well, okay, I managed to complete the fencing all the way around. It is not done. But in the middle of doing the fencing, look who made an entrance. Hello, little pea plant. You can stay right there. I'll give you a steak. Don't worry. There's lots of banana peels and coffee grounds in here right now. I see some of the crowns I need to chop up again. Remember when I said this is not a mistake with this pointed in here, because this gives me an ability to pull this tight again if I need to. And this is also why this is outside. This is inside. This is going to allow me to create doors for these. I have not attached these so far because I need to decide how big I want the doors to be. I will cut them, and then on one post I will attach it, and the next one I will put bungee cords so that I can take the bungee cord and basically just pull it and hook it onto here, or take the bungee cord here and just, put it on the post, and it'll keep it in place, but I can actually get into this space, which is it's empty. And this is not very deep. Remember, I put the cardboard down there, and the cardboard is already breaking down. I have had a lot of worm activity underneath the cardboard, which is wonderful. So, I am happy that the worms are happy. And of course, the robins have been at this. I also have some new visitors. Somewhere in that blackberry patch, in the blackberry hedge, I have had blackbirds coming to visit. I actually had one on the deck this morning. I think it's a brewer's blackbird. Not fabulous at bird identification. It was definitely a blackbird. It had a bright yellow bill. And they argue with the sparrows along that blackberry hedge there, that line. And I've seen several arguments turn pretty vicious. I don't know if the blackbirds actually want to nest in there and they're trying to kick the sparrows out, or if they're just looking for more snacks and they figure that the sparrows are taking all their food. I guess I'll have to just see. I'm out in the front. Remember that I can't do a whole lot of composting on a large scale. I have to do it on a very small scale. But out here, I want to encourage the worms to come up from the soil. So what I've done is I've chopped up a bunch of banana peels and shoved in some coffee grounds here. I'm going to dig those in, and then I'm going to rake this so that it encourages the worms to come up and really reach for stuff that I put in this bed. That's really going to help when I put in the rainbow. Oh yeah, it's not warm enough to move that thyme plant yet. There we go. Well, it was a nice burst of exercise. I just need to keep it nice and neat looking. Otherwise, the landlord will not appreciate my efforts out here. This looks good, and it'll be fine for another couple of weeks. Well, maybe another week, 2 weeks, until I can start putting in the rainbow plants, and that's going to take some planning. All right, last thing I'm going to do, I know I haven't done a whole lot today, but last thing I'm going to do before I go in and start working on the computer is to fit my brand new Y onto the hose rail. Well, that would be an interesting viewpoint. It's probably not great. Are you gonna stay there? No, you're not. Okay. Stay. 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 Good. Good camera. All right. I got this really cheap off Amazon. Don't know if it's going to be great or not. I'm just going to test this because I don't have any plumber's tape, and it's a mistake to actually permanently attach this without plumber's tape. All right. That is firm. Well, these definitely need to be tightened. So it's not the best, but for $5, what can I expect? What's going to happen with this is that I'm going to put on a 1/4 inch tubing adapter onto this. The 1/4 inch line will run all the way over here to the bridge. It's going to go across, and then it's going to go up there. I will have water supply, 1/4 inch water supply running all along the top. And I can also put containers down here. This will all be for containers. And then I got soaker hose to put inside the pots. I can also, because I have 2 here, or I could actually just run another Y off there and put a line down underneath the bridge and put that up over the top to ensure that I have water up there. To the rainbow plants so that I don't have to go out there every day and drag a hose up the stairs and water those. So I've got plenty of porous soaker hose, and I will have plenty of 1/4-inch tubing. I just need to do the work to get the water from that spigot up there and up there. And hopefully it won't do what the hose did last year and bust. And then I have the neighbor at my door knocking on the door saying, "You're getting flooded." All right, it looks like it's gonna work. It fits, it's nice and tight. I just need to make sure that these screws right here are good and tight so that they don't wiggle around. I hate it, but I have to go inside now. Okay, I said that was my last thing to do, and that was my last thing to do before I went inside, but I just can't help it. I gotta take advantage of the rain. Whoop. Stay there. I found some Lillian peas and I found some Kelvedon peas. I may as well let nature do my work for me. Oh, am I gonna be able to do this? I guess I'm gonna have to go inside. Not a problem. Oh, P, you just hang in there. Just hang in there. Here we go. And it doesn't matter which peas are which, because they're all shelling peas anyway. I'll let nature do my work for me, and I won't have to water these. Uh-oh. There we go. Not standing on you. Just gonna have to remember that I planted these here. Kelvedon wonder peas are actually wonder peas because you can plant them so close together. They don't care. Go. Couple more. That's it. There we go. And this section is planted with peas, with one little daydreamer right here. All right. Yay! Work done for the day, and we're all ready for our 20-degree adventure.